Hello everybody and welcome back to another Walking Dead The Ones Who Live video, and today I'll be talking about Major General Beale and the potential origin of the CRM, because in the trailer we see this shot of helicopters bombing the city. I originally thought it was a new shot, however I was corrected by one of you and this is not, and this is actually a shot from Season 2 Episode 5 showing the actual bombing of Atlanta. And this could be one of two things. One, they're just reusing this for budgetary reasons. They did it in Fear quite a lot, so maybe they're doing it for The Ones Who Live. Or we're actually going to revisit the start of the apocalypse and Atlanta. And personally, I'm leaning more towards the revisiting than reusing this shot, just because we know each episode has a $13 million budget. I don't think they're reusing this shot. It's a very weird thing to do, but however, you could say, well, we haven't seen it in over a decade. Maybe some people won't notice. So that could be it. But I'm leaning more towards we're going to revisit it, and maybe we will see the origin of the CRM. I just don't really see any other reason why we would revisit Atlanta. All the characters that saw that bombing are dead now, and Rick wasn't even in the city at that time. So there's no reason to revisit Atlanta and see that, unless Major General Beale was involved in Operation Cobalt. And that could be it. We always wondered, what happened to the military when the world fell? We saw that the military just kind of upped and disappeared. A lot of people just abandoned. But what happened to the military that stayed around? That we never saw them get fully wiped out. They just kind of vanished at some point and left on the fend for themselves. What if Major General Beale was helping in Operation Cobalt, or in charge of Operation Cobalt, and he decided we just need to retreat and go into hiding? It will make sense why the military disappeared, and it will make sense where the CRM came from. We would have the origin, and it'd be very cool to tie the CRM all the way into the early seasons of The Walking Dead, and not just from season 7 onwards. There is also a helicopter in episode 1 of The Walking Dead, so you could retcon that to be a CRM helicopter. So you could really do that, and I definitely think that is where they are going with this. This shot here is not just a reuse. We will be revisiting Atlanta in 2010, and I believe this would be the origin of the CRM and Major General Beale. And on top of just reusing these shots, if you really think about it, the CRM's tactics are very similar to what they did in Operation Cobalt. The CRM, when they come to a new community, they don't go in and start shooting them up. They like to drop down bombs, gas them, burn them with napalm. That's really what they like to do, and that's what they did in Operation Cobalt, to clear out the cities and try and stop the spread of the disease. I think there's definitely a tactical similarity between the military of Operation Cobalt and the CRM. So there's a connection there. This image definitely does add more connections, and just think about it. It makes a lot more sense. We know that Major General Beale was a decorated officer before the fall. So some people would have actually been military people. And it makes a lot of sense to then be like, okay, Operation Cobalt, Major General Beale, we're going to find out the origin. And then it answers the question of what happened to the military? Why did everything fall so easily? Because Major General Beale was like, everyone, we're going to go hide up in this random city and chill here for a decade to rebuild our army and maybe start a new world. Because we knew there was lots of contingencies. Fears touched on it with Padre slightly. So maybe there was another contingency with Operation Cobalt failing. There was a contingency to go into hiding, and Major General Beale had that other contingency. And always, this is just my opinion on what I think this shot means. It could just mean nothing. I could be picking at straws. But I think it could be a little hint at the demystifying of the CRM and to tie the CRM closer into The Walking Dead's overall story. But please tell me down below, do you agree with me? Do you disagree? What do you think about the reuse of the shot? Do you believe we're going to revisit Atlanta and it will be to do with Major General Beale and his origin? I'd like to know all your thoughts down below. But this is it for me today. So goodbye, peace out, and I'll see you next time.